My name is Bobbi. A little bit about me. I hold many titles, I guess. One of my most favorite, or I would say my favorite, is mommy. So yeah, at the age of 14, actually, was right around when I started high school, I started having convulsions. And at first was diagnosed with epilepsy, and then it was stress seizures. I was put on a number of different medications. Some of them that made me gain weight, some of them made me lose weight. So I had times where I was 90 pounds and times when I was 210 pounds. So it was after a doctor's appointment where the doctor wanted to cut out pieces of my brain. I was in my early 20s. I was in the hospital almost 4 days, twice a month. And I knew there had to be something out there, even though I had exhausted all of the top level, well-known doctors in my area. But I couldn't imagine continuing life the way that it was. There had to be something. It took about 10 years to finally get to CNNH, but it was a really long journey. Something was definitely wrong, and nobody was giving me answers. I think the difference between CNNH and other experiences that I had, which it was a lot, is the fact that they do think outside the box. They see you as a person. They saw me as a wife and a daughter, and they treated me like I was their family. I feel like family when I walk in the door here. And then I felt heard. Like, for the first time, I felt sitting in that chair, they really were listening and not just saying, oh, that's not related. That's not related. No, that's kind of strange, but that's not related. And yeah, everything was related. So I left with a care plan that day, which was really amazing. I came back for the EEG, which was very simple. It was a net that went over my head. So the care plan involved that, and then also a genetic test, which was a cheek swab done right there that day. Non-invasive in the office. In 6 to 8 weeks, we had answers. I have a genetic condition that causes episodes that are seizure-like in nature, but it explains why they do not show up on an EEG. And it explains why there were misdiagnoses in the past of them being pseudo-seizures, otherwise known as stress seizures. So I was having a medical issue all along. And because the doctors here at CNNH listened to me, I finally had answers. And they switched my medicine that day. The day we got our results, I actually was experiencing episodes and was in the hospital. And the doctor came in and pushed the IV of the medicine that the doctor at CNNH told him to push. And within an hour, they were able to discharge me. I can remember waking up in that room that day, and tears were just falling from my husband's eyes. Because it had been such a horrific year of being hospitalized 2 weeks every month. And something finally worked. We saw results, it worked. And from there, we were able to narrow down an even better medication. And my life just transformed. What was in the books for me and what doctors kind of had told me, this is what you can expect. Don't go to college. You won't have a family. You probably will never drive. All of these things weren't true. I went to college. I got my bachelor's degree. I got married. And eventually, I had little Adia. So the day I had Adia, all I had to do was worry about holding my baby, not about having an episode, not about who was gonna take care of me if it happened, not about us not having a care plan if it did. CNNH saw me through the whole process. So beginning to end, of diagnosis to making a miracle come true. Because statistically, I wasn't supposed to be a mom.